Welcome to LRS Technologics. My name is Ravi. Today we are going to discuss about inheritance in C Sharp. Okay. What is inheritance? Inheritance is a mechanism to consume one class methods or members to another class by establishing parent and child relationship between the classes, which means it is a relationship between parent and child classes. It is being establishing a relation between parent and child. Okay, by establishing this relationship we can consume parent class members in child classes. However, we cannot consume child class members in parent class because as we already know that our parents property we can utilize or we can do anything. We have some authority on that parents properties, right? This is also like that. But as a child we cannot, we parents doesn't have a rights on our property. Okay, this is the inheritance concept in OOPS. Okay, this is one of the part in OOPS, object oriented programming language. Okay, we can consume parent class members to child class except private methods of parent class, because we already discussed in the previous sessions that in the access modifier saying that the private methods cannot be consumed in outside of the class. The same way, if we establish a relationship, there also we cannot consume private methods in child classes. Okay, one class can have n number of child classes, and all child classes can consume parent class members, which means we can have n number of child classes, and parent class members can be consumed in the children class. We can establish n number of relations like this. Okay, there are a few important topics or items that which we need to discuss. Inheritance. The first point is parent classes constructor must be accessible to child class. Otherwise, inheritance will not be possible. Okay, if the parent class construct is private, which will not be accessible to the child class, hence inheritance will not be possible. Okay, if we establish a relationship, the parent class constructor must be accessible in the child class. Okay, if it is a private, that cannot be consumed in the child class, right? In that way we cannot make a relationship between them, because private members cannot be accessible in the child class. uh, if we establish a relationship, if we inherit from a class, which means automatically implicit constructor will be called, right? So, if the constructor is a private, that cannot be accessed by the child class. In that case, the relationship will not work. Okay, it should be accessible. Construction should be accessible in the child class, which means it should be a public. Okay. The second point, in inheritance, child class can access parent class members, but parent class never access any member from child class. As we know that we can access the parent class members, however, we cannot. Parent class cannot access the child class members. Okay, third point. We can initialize a parent class variable by using child class instance to make it as a reference to the parent class, so that reference will be consuming the member of child class inheritance. But in this case also we cannot consume any child class members by using the reference. Okay, there is a relationship between two classes. In the child class, I created a parent class instance by using a reference, by using a child class reference. If there is no relationship, okay, if there is no relationship, we can consume that. We can consume the another class members by establishing this reference in a instance. Okay, but if there is a relation, if there is a inheritance, we cannot consume the child class members in parent class instance member. Okay, because it's a child class, and it is the parent class instance also referring to child class only. That way we cannot access the parent class child class members here in the parent class object. Okay, so which means we don't have any way to consume child class members in parent class. That is one point is clear. Okay, the fourth point, every class that is defined by us or predefined in the libraries of language has a default parent class, that is object class, which is in system namespace. Okay, uh, every class which is user defined, or if it is predefined also, there is a base class, which means there is a super class which is already uh, inheriting the one of the base class, which is object class. Okay, object class is the super class for every class which we define, predefined or user defined, or any class. The object class is the base class. Okay, so this object class is available in the namespace, system namespace. Okay, which means this is a base class. There are few members of this parent base class can be accessible anywhere in the, from the any project or any solution we can access anywhere. Okay, there are four default members of the object class. Those four members we can access from anywhere. There is no restriction because it is a base class for uh, any class. Okay, those are, first one is equals, get hash code, get type, toString. These four methods can be accessible from anywhere. Note, there will be two object names available in IntelliSense. Okay, in the Visual Studio we get the intelligence. So there we see that there will be two object names. One is with capital O and another one is with small o. So the capital O is with intermediate language and the small o object is with C sharp type. Actually both are same, both are act the same, and we can use anyone. But actually there are two types. One is the IL type and another one is C sharp type. After comparison, C sharp type will be converted as IL only. So we can use anything. That's why we can see two objects in the IntelliSense. Okay. The fifth point, multiple inheritance is not possible through classes in C sharp. Okay. We only have a single inheritance, which means we can call only one immediate parent class. Okay. In C sharp, we don't have, it is not possible to inherit multiple classes at a time. Okay, at a time we only have a single inheritance, which means we can call only one parent. There is no option to call multiple parent using classes. This can be achieved by a different other type that we'll discuss later, but through classes we don't have a inheritance of multiple parents. Okay, that's remember. The sixth point, if the parent class constructor is parameterized, then we need to explicitly call or pass the value to the parent class constructor, like below. Okay, here base of this one, which means I am calling the base class constructor by passing the value from the child class. Okay, if the if the constructions can be parameterized, right? If we are calling a base class parent class, so if the constructor is parameterized, then we can pass the value from the child class constructor by adding the reference to the base class constructor as below. Thank you for watching my videos. Have a great day. Please subscribe for more videos.